So look, thanks for your attendance this morning. Look, we did have a productive meeting in Sydney yesterday with the Minister for Water, the Minister Pavey. There were 6 executives from the state government at that meeting as well, including the Chief Executive Officer of Water and the Deputy Secretary Jim Bentley. So we had a high-profile group of people at that meeting yesterday. The outcome of that meeting, as per the press release, is that there'll be a draft agreement prepared by our General Manager, Mr Peter Thompson, as well as an executive from Melinda Pavey's department, and they'll come up with this draft agreement to be put to the Minister by the end of the month. So that agreement will be finished by the end of the month, and then the Minister will have a look at that agreement and hopefully sign off on that agreement. So I should point out that the Minister is well aware of the significance of Lake Albert and the importance of Lake Albert to this city. The Minister is very keen to find a solution for the water issues of Lake Albert. Look, our solution to this issue, as has been reported, is that we have 5,000 megalitres of water. It's our water, it's owned by the Wagga City Council, or Wagga residents. It's our water. So we have 5,000 megalitres of water, and our solution is that we'll give the state government or the Murrumbidgee River the complete right to that 5,000 megalitres. So we'll guarantee the security of 5,000 megalitres going into the river. In return, what we want is 2,000 megalitres to come out if there is a need for those 2,000 megalitres to top up the lake at the end of winter, early spring each year. It may not be needed each year, but that's our proposal, and that's the proposal that we put to the Minister and her staff yesterday. That's the 3rd meeting that we've had with the Minister over the last 12 months. There's been a lot of work going on behind the scenes here, which unfortunately the public's not aware of, but we've worked extremely hard with the Minister and her staff to come up with the proposal yesterday to get together to have an agreement to as we move forward to find a solution for the lake. For context, it's a 4,000 megalitre lake. So obviously 2,000 megalitres if the levels are low after winter, after the rainfall of winter, that should top it up to pretty close to capacity. That's the idea of it. It's a 4,000 megalitre lake. It's currently going into the river. However, it's our water. We could sell that water to an irrigator. We could use that water outside the river. We don't have to. We've got no agreement at all to put that water into the river. So there is an agreement to put the water into the river, which we pay a little bit amount of money for, but we don't have to do that. We can put that water wherever we like. But this 5,000 under this arrangement, that gives the state government and the Murrumbidgee River security of another 5,000 megalitres of water. We should mention that fact that this has very strong support from the Deputy Premier, Mr Barilaro, who we were in touch with straight after that meeting. I had a discussion with the Deputy Premier when he was in town a couple of weeks ago about the lake. He's very keen to find a solution. We also acknowledged the input from our local MLC, Wes Fang, who was also at that meeting and contributed greatly to that meeting. So we're very mindful and very appreciative of the support that we have from those people as well as the Minister, who, as I mentioned, is very keen to come up with a solution.
Thank you very much, Mr Mayor. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the work the Council have done on this area, and in particular the General Manager, Peter Thompson. The issue of Lake Albert is one that's really important for our community, close to the community. We want to look after that lake. It's an important asset for our community, and it's been very encouraging to have the levels of government working together to find a solution to this. As the Mayor has mentioned, a lot of work's gone on behind the scenes, but I do want to thank particularly Minister Pavey, who convened the meeting yesterday. It was I must say, a constructive meeting, but in many ways we had to wrestle with some issues there with the department, and there was a lot of frank discussion around that, but very constructive discussion. I think as a result of it, as the Mayor has said, we have the agreement to come up with this draft arrangement with the council, and that will go back to the Minister within a month. So that's a very, very positive step forward. I think we can take a lot of heart from that. I do also want to acknowledge the role of the Deputy Premier and his advocacy, and particularly the role of our MLC Wes Fang, who's also been an important part of this work. And as I say, I do want to acknowledge the role of council. This is a difficult area, there's no question about that. Water is a fraught subject across the state. We want to look after our river systems, but of course we have an important community asset in the lake. It's important for the growth of our city, and I think that the proposal that we've come up with ensures both the continuation of the lake and the security of the river system, and I think it's a win-win all round. There's been ongoing discussion around the Tatton Drain issue, and as we know, NRA has laid out the law with that, and there's currently, I think, some investigations going on as well. Members of the community still want to look at how that can work. My view is that that's difficult. The council have already had dealings with NRA before. I think the solution that council have come up with is the way to go forward. There's no question about that. But of course the lake is important to our community, and of course people have different ideas about how issues with it can be addressed, and of course I try and listen to those, and have over the last year and a half listened to many people from the community who've had a different range of approaches to this, and I'm sure there will continue to be debate. But I think what the council have come up with here has been something that ensures the security of the lake, and at the same time is the best outcome for the river. And by working with Deep High Water, we will achieve that, and I think this is the way we need to go forward.